Hello, good afternoon. My name is Oiloye Israel Toby. I want to apologize for day 4 and day 5 of the video recording. I will say that my son, I welcome his son to this world, and it was a nice experience. I will say that today I'm going to continue from the simultaneous equation. But before I start, I want to say thank you to my wife. Thank you for the son we had, and I will say thank you so much to all the family members, to the pastors, to the friends and family for all the wishes. Thank you so much, and thank you to the viewers. Thank you for the commenters. It has been an awesome experience, and with the boosts and with the boosters, and also with all the wishes and all the support. I'm so happy to say that I want to do a simultaneous equation today. A simultaneous equation. And why am I doing simultaneous equation? We started the series of C# made easy, making use of the addition, the multiplication, then we did the subtraction. So the subtraction did the subtraction. So with this, we're able to make use of all those, and also we're able to print out sentence, making use of the string. And after the string, we make use of the character. So these are the characters that we used. So with this, I will say I'm going to start with taking this, the character data type. So with this, so once it's there, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So for the character data type, and now we move to the next one. So I'm going to title it the simultaneous equation. Simultaneous equation. So I will say the simultaneous equation, I should have created a different file for it, but because of someone, I will say I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to continue from where I stopped, and then I'm going to make use of starting line 52. So the simultaneous equation. So what is simultaneous equation? So I would say the simultaneous equation consists of two parts. So making use of what the addition and also the what you can do subtraction. But one thing about simultaneous equation, it takes two parts together, and you'll be able to what move one into the other one. So the simultaneous equation has this formula. Y, it has this formula. Y is equal to a. Sorry, I'm just trying to give an example. Let me do the comment. So this simultaneous equation has a formula, simultaneous equation has a formula. Y is equal to a plus bx. So that's the formula for a linear simultaneous equation. So with this, we can get a. So once we get a, then we can get. So once we get a is a constant. So where. So I'm going to use a comment again. Where a, where, so where a and b are constant, then now x, a, what I call it, is a variable where y is a what? It's a variable too. Variable, but the main what variable. So when I say main variable, that means it's a variable that takes in the what's the y and takes, and with that y I can get the value of, if I add the value of a, b and x, I can get it all sorted out. So how are we going to do it? Now I'll say I'll give an example of a simultaneous equation. So we can start with y is equal to a plus bx. So I'll just use an example of it. So if I have simultaneous equations of two parts, so we can have y in one part, and we can have a y1 in one part and a y2 in another part. So let me give you an example. Giving an example, of, you can say y1 is equal to, you can say 3 plus 4x1. So keep example 1. So now giving an example 2 of y2 is equal to 4 plus 8, 4 plus 8 x2. So with this, we're able to say, okay, give an example of 1 or y1 go to what? 3 plus 4x1, and y2 is 4 plus 8x2. So y1 is a variable, y2 is a variable. 3 is a constant, 4, 2 is a constant. So 4x1 is a variable, 8x2 is a variable. So permits me to say that they are constant. B2 is a constant, but with this B constant, it has what? A variable attached to it. So it can be 0, it can be 1, it can be anything attached to it. So sometimes we can have sometimes add it here. Sometimes we can have one equation as y is equal to a. So this means b is equal to 0. So let me use word wrap. View word wrap. So if b is equal to 0, so put it in the brackets, 0, then so if b is equal to 0, then y is equal to a plus a plus 0 times x. That will now equal to a automatically. So it should now be what? A automatically. So that shows that anything multiplied by 0 is 0. So y, so you can say finally, you can say y is equal to a. I'll take it again. Sometimes we can have one equation as y is equal to a. So this means b is equal to 0. So if p is equal to 0, then y is equal to a plus 0 times x, which is equal to a. So finally, y is equal to a. So since y is equal to a, so we might want to solve the equation. So we have these examples. Y1 is equal to 3 plus 4x1. Y2 is equal to 4 plus 8x2. So one thing about using a simultaneous equation is you have to form another formula for it. Maybe you can use your y1 or you can use your y2 and make the formula what possible. So what I'm going to do is I'll just think about it, like storing them in an array to make sure that, okay, this is possible or this is not possible. So with this, I would say we can just make this very possible by changing the formula. So I can say from I don't want to use an array method. I'm going to solve this in a simple way. I can say from example 2. So we can have we can have we can have so we can have x2. So we can have y2. We can have y2 to be equal to, we can say y2. We can have y2 minus 4. Y2 minus 4 is equal to what? 8x2. Y2 minus 4. Y2 minus 4 is equal to y2 minus 4 is equal to what? 8s2. So since we have y2 minus 4 is what? 8s2. So we have y2 minus 4 is equal to 8s2. So then we cannot have s2 is equal to, so s2 is equal to y2 minus 4. So let's put them into brackets. Apply the first bracket, then the second bracket, then divide it by 4. Sorry, divide it by 8. So once divided by 8, definitely we have another formula. S2 is equal to y2 minus 4 divided by 8. So since this is taken into consideration, then we can now fix x2 into example 1. So next is so we can fix s2 into example 1 as follows below. So we now we now we now have it saying, okay, we have x2 to be equal to y2 minus 4 divided by 8. So I want to fix x2 into equation 1. So why am I fixing x2 into equation 1? So you can ask, x1 and x2, are they the same? Yes, they are the same. But because we are programming, take note of it. X is a variable with line 57 and line 58. X is a variable, Y is a variable, but the main variable. So it can be a variable root, like Y is the variable root, but this is what is just a variable on its own. So it can change, Y2 can change. But constants are always fixed. That's one thing about constants. They are always fixed. So I can say constants are always fixed. So constants are always fixed. So with this, so we can fix s2 into example 1 as follows. So y2 minus 4 equal to 8s2. So x2, in other words, y2 minus 4 divided by 8. So we can fix s2 into example 1 as follows. Why? Because now why? So why? You can ask that question. Why? Because I'll say x2 is equal to what? x1. s2 is equal to s1. So because s2 is equal to s1, so I can fix s2 what into what? Example 1. So how will I fix it into example 1? I can say y1 is equal to 3 plus 4. Then I open a bracket. Since I know x2 is equal to x1, now from example 1, So I'll just put y2 minus 4 divided by 8. So with this, since that is done, taken into place, then I can now say, okay, since y2, I can now say y1 is equal to 3 now plus, now take note of this. The rule of using brackets and subtraction and division comes from the word BODMAS. Now we have to obey BODMAS principle. Here we have to obey BODMAS principle. Prin, prin, principles. So how do you obey BODMAS principle? So B means brackets, O means order of operation, D means division, M means multiplication, A means addition, S means subtraction. So I'm going to write them out. I'm going to create a space between line 66 and 67. So I'll say B, sorry, I have to use my comment. I'll say B means bracket. Next, O means order of operation. Now, D means division. M means multiplication. So now A means addition. S means subtraction. So with this, so we go with the first one, now bracket. So we deal with the innermost brackets. So we have y2 minus 4 divided by 8. So with this, I can say, okay, I have the first bracket, which is what? Y2 is the first and ending bracket. Is y2 minus 4. Now, inside y2 minus 4, we have another bracket, which is a open bracket y2 minus 4 divided by 8 is a closed bracket. So with this, what will I do? So I can just take it as, I will separate it as 4, open the bracket. So I'll say y2 divided by 8. Now put them into another bracket. Yes. Then minus. Then I will use another one. In the brackets y2, sorry, that will be 4 now divided by 8. So that's another bracket. So with this, with the rules of addition and the rule of subtraction, so we have the rule of bracket here and the rule of multiplication to here. So I'm going to move to the next. I will say y1 is equal to 3 plus 4. So we have into another bracket. I'll do the first one, y2 divided by 8. Yes, minus. So 4 divided by 8 is same as half and is same as 0.5. So I'll write 1 over 2. So after this, I'll move to the next one. Y1 is equal to 3 plus 4 into brackets. So I'll say there's another. So I'll just say this 4 has to come into the multiplication of both of them. So it's going to be like this. I'm going to use another bracket. Since we have the brackets, we have to bring in the 4 into each and every one of them. So we open the brackets, it will be 4 into bracket y2 divided by 8, yeah, minus, so we have 4 into bracket 1 divided by 2. So y1 is equal to 3 plus, now into brackets. So we can now pick it one after the other, saying 4 times, so with this I'm trying to bring in 4 into each and every one of them. 4 times y2, so 4 times y2 divided by 8. So break them into another bracket, another bracket. So with this, so 4 times y2 divided by 8, then minus, so we now have it, open another bracket, now 4 times 1, so now 4 times 1, now open the bracket, this, now divided by 2 to close the bracket. Next, you have y1 is equal to 3 plus into bracket. So we have 4 times y2 divided by 8. So if we break it down, so we have it as 4y2 divided by 8. But if we have it, if we break it down, we can say 4, we cancel 8, then we have it as half. So it's same thing as 4 divided by 8. 4 divided by 8 times y2. So I'll break it down. So we have it as 4 divided by 8. So 4 divided by 8. So with this, so while we're taking the 4, this is division divided by 8. Then inside that, we're going to bring out, let's say 4 divided by 8. So we have the 4 divided by 8. So I'm going to do it like this. Is it 4 divided by 8? 4 divided by 8 times, so I'll bring out the y2. So with this, I'll bring them, put them into a bracket, in the zone, another bracket on the zone. So then minus, so we have 4 times 1, 4 divided by 2. So 4 times 1 is 4, now divided by 2. So we can have this as 4 divided by 2. So with this, we have 1, 2, 3. We have 1, 2. Yes, and it's completed. Next, we can say y1 is equal to 3 plus, now 4 divided by 8 is half. So we can put into brackets, that's half times y2. So it's going to be half 1 over 2, 1 over 2 times y2, y2. So let's put them into a bracket, another bracket. Then just put it into another bracket, then minus 4 divided by 2 is 2. So we got this 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now 4 divided by 8. So 4, we cancel 8. So with this, we get 2 of 4 in 8. So we have 2 here and we have 1. So multiply this, the multiplication, this is the y2, the same bracket. Now 4 in divided by 2 will give you 2. So with that, we have that solved. So now move to the next one, which is y1 is equal to 3 plus into brackets. So we have 1 times y2, which is y2 minus 2, put it into brackets. So we have what, y2. So we have 1 times y2 divided by 2, y2 divided by 2, then minus 2. So with this, we have y1 is equal to 3 plus, so we have y2 divided by 2 minus 2. So since we have y2 divided by 2 minus 2, so I can say, okay, this is something that we can easily write it out separately. Now I can say y2 divided by 2 separately. Yes, because we have an invisible one here. So just be 1 times y2 divided by 2, then 1 times 2, that's minus 2. So with this, so I can just write it y1 is equal to, so we can bring in, so we can say, okay, we can just write this, since we have this separately, so we can move to the addition. So we can have 3 plus y2 divided by 2, or we have it minus 2. So we bring in addition to a place, but we know that subtraction can take place because 3 minus 2 is 1. So we can say 3 minus 2 plus, you can say y2 divided by 2. So you can say y1 is equal to 3 minus 2 is 1 plus 1 plus y2 divided by 2. Now take notes. Y1 and y2, they are the same variable, just like y and y. So I can say, okay, I want to pull y2 to the other side. So we can say y1, so once y2 divided by 2 in brackets move to the other side, cross the equal to sign, it turns to a minus. That's minus y2 divided by 2. So it will equal to 1. So with this, I can say, okay, I want to implement a formula, which is I want to multiply both sides by 2. Why multiplying both sides by 2? Because y2 divided by 2 has a denominator of 2, while the numerator is what? y2 of 1. So 1 times y2 will give you y2. So with this, how will I implement it? I want to make sure that I multiply both sides by 2. So if I multiply both sides by 2, this will be 2y1 minus 2y2 divided by 2, which is equal to what? 2. So if I now divide it by 2, divide it by 2, so if I divide it by 2, so that will be what? Just be y1 minus y2 divided by 2, which is equal to what? 1. That's divided by 2. So I'm going to implement what I just said now. That will be what? Y. So that will be what? Okay, then let me use that method. Why? Because y1 and y2 divided by 2 equal to 1. y1 and y2 are the same thing. They are both variables. So what will I do? It's just like saying 1 minus half. So let me explain it better. That will be y1 minus, now I can say 1 divided by 2. I'm going to multiply by y2. y2, which is equal to 1. So with this, we now have y1 minus half of y2. But take note, y1 is the same as what? Y2 using variables. So since we have that, now y1 is the same as what? Y2. So we can say y minus 1 over 2 multiplied by y is equal to 1. So I can say it as 1 minus half of y equal to 1. So 1 minus half is what? 1 over 2. 1 over 2 times y is equal to 1. So now what we're going to do is We are seeing it as 1 over 2 times y equal to 1. So I said, okay, let me multiply both sides by 2. So if I multiply both sides by 2, it's going to be 2. Why? Because I want to take away 2, then I will have y. That's the answer for y. That will be 2 times 1 over 2, 1 over 2 times y is equal to what? 2 times 1. So 2 times 1 over 2 times y is equal to 2. So with this 2, we cancel 2. So we now have y is equal to 2. So since we have y equal to 2, definitely I can now move y. So we can now move y into equation, into what? Example 2. So I'm moving y into example 2 so that I can get x2. And don't forget, x2 is same thing as x1. So once I get it, I can sort it into this formula and I will perform our mathematical operation. So all we need to solve it to x2. So I'm going to copy this formula, x2. So with this, thank God we're making use of the comment. So s2 is equal to y2 minus 4 divided by 8. And take note, y is same thing as, it's the same thing. y1 is equal to what? y2 and is equal to what? Y. So with this, we're able to combine the formula. So to get s2, you can say s2 is equal to what? s1 and is equal to what? S and is equal to y2, which is the same thing as y. So that's 2 minus 4. 2 minus 4 divided by 8. So s equal to, now 2 minus 4, that's minus 2 divided by 8. That's minus 2 divided by 8. So s is now equal to, so minus 2 divided by 8. So 2, how many 2 will give us 8? That's 4. So that will be what? Minus 1 divided by 4. So x is now minus 1 divided by 4. So in decimal, it's same thing as minus 0.25. So we got x and we got y. So y is 2. So then say hence y is 2 and s is minus 0.25. So once that is solved, now we cannot put them into the equation. Saying I want to get y when we have 3 plus 4x1. I want to get y2 when we have 4 plus 8x2. So I want to get y, so I just call it y. So y, so I can now perform the calculation with the first formula to get the formula for y. Just put into simultaneous equation, I should be able to get the formula for y. And to test it, is it right? So that will be 3 plus 4x1. Oh, sorry, Ctrl Z, 3 plus 4x1. So y1 is 3 plus 4x1. So with this, so y1 is 3 plus 4x1. So we have it as y1 is equal to 3. Okay, so we're gonna pick each variable. So we declare a variable. I can say int y is declared to be 0 because we want the value 0. So we have int x. So we want to get the value for x. So int x is equal to, x is minus 0.25. So take note, from our training earlier, we said we can't use integer for decimal numbers. So we have to turn the integer to double. So now we want to get the value of y. So I can say y is equal to, using this formula, that will be 3 plus 4 now times x. So 4 times x. So take note of this. Now, the reason why we are getting this error is because y2 is declared as what? Integer. So we need to turn it to what? Double. Double, double. So double y equal to 0. Then we are going to print y. So how do you print y? Use what? Console dot right line the value of y. So I'll just print y first, and let's see if our equation was right or not. So I'll just run it to see if our equation was right, if our calculations was right or not. So the project is being run. So let's see what's going to be the value of y. So, oh, we got 2. We got 2. So I'm going to print it out in a very nice way. So now I'm going to put the variable. So I'll say the simultaneous equation using say the variable x, using x, using the variables, using the variable using the variable x, is equal to variable x, using the variable x, using the variable minus 0.5 for example 1 is so much equation answer using the variable x for example 1 is plus say y. So we need to get the answer for y. So since we're getting the answer for y, so that's making use of x. So I'm going to run it. Then you see your answer. So the simultaneous equation, the variable minus 0.5, 2.5 for example 1 is 2. So for example 1, so take note of example 1 formula. Example 1 formula is y1 is equal to 3 plus 4x1 for example 1, which is y1 is equal to what? 3 plus 4x1 is plus y. So is 2. So with this, we got this, and it's perfectly done. So with this, we're going to use another one. We want to solve for example 2. So I'm going to calculate it. So now the simultaneous equation answer using the variable x, for example 2. So we have y2, which is y2 is equal to 4 which is y2. So we have y2 is equal to what? 4 plus 8s2, which is y2 is equal to what? 4 plus 8s2. So with this, I picked up this same formula. Double is this, double y is equal to what? 0. So I can just give it any formula. I can say y2 is equal to 0. I can say s2 is equal to what? Minus 0.25. So with this, I want to calculate for the value of y2. I can say y2 so is equal to 4 plus 8 times s2. So y2, 4 plus 8 times y2. So I'm going to put s2 here, then I'm going to put y2 here. So I'm going to run the equation. Wow, we got the same answer. For x, using the equation 1, for example 1, we got it as 2. Now simultaneous equation answer using the variable minus for example 2. So example 2 has a different formula. That's y2, sorry. I have to place this again. y2 equal to 4 plus 8s2. y2 to 4 plus 8s2. So I'm going to run it. y2 equal to 4 plus 8s2. So y2 equal to 4 plus 8s2 is 2. y1 equal to 3 plus 4 is 1 is 2. So with this, I'll say I will able to solve this simultaneous equation using the most simplest method. The most simplest method so far. So please feel free to ask me any question on Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn, and I will definitely give you an answer. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for answering, and thank you so much for the comment. Thank you so much for asking questions. I want to say thank you so much, and tomorrow, by the grace of God, we should be able to move into another aspect in C#. Thank you, and have a great day. Happy Sunday to each and every one of you. Bye-bye. Ciao.